Welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. My name is Mike, and I'm here to tell you about a new podcast that's going to be starting May the 5th. This is going to be a weekly Porsches For Sale podcast every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, whether you are a dealer or a private seller, this podcast is for you. And it couldn't be easier. All you have to do is take an image of your Porsche or a short video, and you can post it on this podcast, this weekly podcast, absolutely free. We also have paid premium options, but you can still participate for free. It's very easy to get in on this podcast. So let's take a minute and look at each of the free and paid options so you can see what we have to offer here. Let's pull this up full screen so we can have a closer look. This is the web page. If you click on the link in the description, it will take you to this page, and I'm going to walk you through every step and every option on this page. On the left-hand column are the free options. Let's look at those first. If you click on this first option, this is what will load. This is a free ad for you. You're going to be sharing a single image of your Porsche for sale. One Porsche per form, but you can use as many forms as you like. And this page that we're looking at is a form. Now, you're going to enter your basic information here, your name, first name, last name. You're going to be letting me know whether you are a private seller, a dealer, or a sales rep. Now, there are a couple of options for a sales rep. If you're a sales rep for a dealer, you can use the dealer's name in your ad, and there's a spot in the form below where you can share an image of your dealer's logo. That's perfectly fine to do that. Another option is to do what's called a blind ad. And I prefer this when I'm selling, doing my own marketing efforts for a dealer. But not all dealers are okay with this. What a blind ad is basically the dealer's name is not in the ad, just your contact information. What you're doing here is you're trying to protect your work so someone doesn't see the ad and contact the dealer, speak to another rep, and now all of your efforts have been in vain because someone has gone around you. It's not the buyer's intention to do this, but it does happen, and a blind ad will help to prevent that because it's just your contact information in there. Now, one caveat with these blind ads, not all dealers and not all managers are okay with this, and it is your responsibility to take it up with your dealer or manager to make sure it's okay with them. Any issues that arise from doing this are between you and your manager. I assume no responsibility for any conflicts that arise internally for this. But I do make it available for those who like to use it and for those for whom it is okay with their dealer. So you're just going to fill out your information here. It's real self-explanatory. Brief description of the Porsche. Attach the image of the Porsche you're selling. Also attach the image of your dealership logo if you'd like it in there. And submit. It's as simple as that. So let's take a look at the next free option. This is the second option down on the left-hand column here. Let's take a look. So this is a form you're going to use if you'd like to send a video of up to 1 minute in length of your Porsche for sale. You can talk up the Porsche, explain all of the features and benefits of it, and I'll air it on the podcast. And this is free, by the way. You can do as many of these as you like, but we do ask one Porsche per form, but you can use as many forms as you like. And this is for Porsche automobiles only. You're going to enter whether you're a private seller, a dealer, or a sales rep for a dealer using a blind ad or a traditional ad with your dealer's information in it. And you just fill out all of the information, a description of the Porsche. We do ask when you do your video, you want to hold the camera horizontally for a wide shot, not a vertical shot. I'm not able to work with vertical footage. It just doesn't agree with the editing software that I'm using. So I do ask that you take your video using the camera horizontally for a wide shot. And I appreciate your understanding on that. So here's where you're going to attach your video file. And if you're having trouble attaching that, there are a couple of other options. This form will only allow files up to a certain size. So if you're having difficulty attaching your file, if your file is too large, do not worry. You can either use Dropbox or Google Drive. And in a moment, I'm going to explain to you how to attach your file using either Dropbox or Google Drive. If you'd like your dealership logo to be included in the ad, this is where you attach that as an image. And it's as simple as that. Now let's scroll down a little further on the left-hand column for the free options. I offer plenty of free things. I do believe in free, and I love to offer that. I have 3 different Facebook groups where you can post Porsches for free, and they're listed right here. Just have a look, click on each one, and I invite you to post your Porsches for sale on each of these groups. It's absolutely free, and I hope that generates some traffic and inquiries for you. Okay, so let's talk about the paid options. The nice thing about the paid options is it gives you premium positioning. The paid ads always air ahead of the free ads because people are paying for that privilege. So that's what you get when you're paying for that privilege. You also have if you're doing an image ad, you get 4 images of your Porsche instead of 1. You also have up to 2 minutes instead of 1 minute that you would have in a free ad. So you get more time, you get better positioning, you have more images of your ad in the still image ads. So there's definite value there. Now, when you choose a premium ad, your ad will run in 2 weekly editions of the podcast for only $39. It's quite a bargain. Now, for the month of May alone, as a promotion to try to get this ball rolling and get people in, I'm offering, instead of 2 weekly editions for $39, I'm offering 4 weekly editions. So that gives you an enormous value for your money. That brings the cost down to less than $10 per insertion. That's 4 insertions for $39. It's a hell of a bargain, and I encourage you to join me on that. So let's take a look at the paid options. This is the form you're going to use for your 4 still image ad. This is a paid premium ad. This ad will appear ahead of all of the free ads, giving you premium positioning. It's just like the other form that we saw where you're entering your first and last name, information about whether you're a private seller, a dealer, a sales rep, using a blind ad or a traditional ad with your dealer's information, just like we saw before. And instead of entering a single image, you have the option of attaching up to 4 images of the Porsche for sale. Now, I must iterate, 1 Porsche per ad, but you can use as many ads as you like. So please don't enter images of different Porsches on a single form. You can also attach your dealership logo, and it's as simple as that. Okay, so your next paid option is to share a video. This will be a video of you walking around your Porsche for sale. You can talk it up for up to 2 minutes instead of the 1 minute that you would have with the free ad. So you get twice the time, plus your video ad appears ahead of all of the other free ads. I'm offering the same promotion where instead of 2 weekly editions in the podcast, it's going to be 4 weekly editions. This is just for the month of May only, for only $39, and that's less than $10 per insertion. So what you're doing here, let's click on this. You're going to enter the information just like on the other forms that we saw, and you're going to attach a video of up to 2 minutes in length. Now, if you're having trouble attaching the image because the image is too large, not to worry. You can use either Dropbox or Google Drive to share the video. And in a moment, I'm going to show you details on exactly how to do that, step by step how to do that. It's just that easy. Now, as I mentioned, the paid ads will always appear before the free ads. But that begs the question, does that mean it guarantees that your ad will be first ahead of all of the other ads? It does not. It means that the paid ads appear before the free ads. And I do my best to try to create a rotation that's fair so that everyone has a chance of being at the beginning of the podcast. Now, if you would like your ad to be at the very beginning, we do have options for you. You can rent this podcast mechanism I have. By the way, this podcast is simulcast on 6 different Facebook and YouTube properties. And I also use paid advertising to get it out to at least 10,000 Porsche fans in the USA. If you would like to rent this operation for your very own Porsches for Sale podcast, that is certainly an option. You can have your very own 15-minute, 30-minute, or 16-minute Porsches for Sale podcast right here, and it airs on all 6 of my properties on Facebook and YouTube, and there are no other dealers featured. And I'm also going to use paid advertising to get it in front of either 25,000 or 50,000 Porsche enthusiasts who live in the United States of America. And all you have to do for that is click the link here. Now, there are a couple of ways that we can do your live podcast. This is your very own live podcast. And you can do what you want as long as it's, we ask that you keep it clean, no nudity, no profanity, no politics, no religion, just Porsches. There are a few different options. Option number one is I can bring you in live via your smartphone for 15, 30, or 60 minutes, and it's your show. Promote your Porsches, do whatever you like, and you've got 15, 30, or 60 minutes to do that. I'll just bring you on live, and you just take over the show. The other option is you can pre-record your 15, 30, or 60-minute podcast prior to airtime, and I can air your pre-recorded message as a live podcast. I have the ability to air it as though it were live. Now, if you need me to edit out pauses and mistakes, things like that, I'm happy to do that for you. I do ask that you make notes in an email along the lines of at 4 minutes 35 seconds, edit out that pause, or at 7 minutes 15 seconds, edit the part where I made a mistake. Just let me know where you want me to make the edits to make it a tighter podcast, and I'm happy to do that for you. Now, the other option number 3, is you can pre-record short videos, a video of each Porsche for sale, and I can edit them all together in any order that you like for a finished video of 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes, and then I have the ability to air it as though it were a live video on my 6 Facebook and YouTube properties. And in this form here, you're just going to enter your information and let me know what you have in mind, and I will contact you to work out the details to get your very own podcast started. Now, you also may be wondering, I have a few Porsches in my inventory, but I also have muscle cars, antique cars, exotic cars of other brands, maybe Ferraris, Lamborghinis, something like that, many of which are not suitable for a Porsches for Sale podcast. Not to worry, we can do your very own collector cars for sale podcast and air it on 5 of my Facebook and YouTube properties. Of course, it wouldn't air on the Porsche Facebook page, but it would air on all of the other ones, and we can use paid advertising to get that in front of up to 25 or 50,000 collector car enthusiasts in the USA on Facebook and YouTube. Now, when we do a collector cars podcast, it's very similar to the podcast we just talked about a moment ago. I can bring you on live via your smartphone, just like we talked about, for up to 15, 30, or 60 minutes. And you can talk up your cars, your inventory, details, pricing, finance options, shipping options, warranties, service department, whatever you'd like to talk about your inventory and your dealership. The other option is that you can pre-record your podcast, and I can edit out any parts that you'd like me to, just like we talked about a moment ago. Option number 3 is you can pre-record short videos, a video of each car, and I can edit them in any order you like into a finished presentation that we would air as though it were live on my properties, my Facebook and YouTube properties. We would run paid advertising on it and get that in front of up to either 25,000 or 50,000 collector car enthusiasts who live in the United States. Now, the last option, this would be for someone who maybe has a couple of Porsche cars in their inventory, and the rest of their inventory would be passenger cars, trucks, SUVs, things that they market to a local market. We can do something for you with that as well. Let's click on this final link here, the bottom link on the right side. It's very similar to what we've just talked about, but since you are marketing to a local market, we can market to a viewership of up to 25,000 or 50,000 people who live within 25 to 50 miles of your dealership. We can do males only, females only, males and females. We can target age groups of up to, we can target age groups 25 and up, 35 and up, 45 and up, whatever you feel is your sweet spot demographically for your cars, for your dealership. I can work with you to try to target very specific people who live within 25 to 50 miles of your dealership. I can bring you on live via your smartphone for up to 15, 30, or 60 minutes to promote your inventory and so forth. Or you can pre-record a 15, 30, or 60-minute podcast. And if you need me to edit pieces out where there are pauses or mistakes, I'm happy to do that. Just make notes like we talked about before, and I can edit those parts out. Option number 3 is that you can pre-record short videos of each of the cars in your inventory, and I can edit them together in whatever order you like to create a finished video of 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes, and I can air it live on my Facebook and YouTube properties. And that will get up to 25 to 50,000 views by people who live within 25 to 50 miles of your dealership. And like I said, we can do demographic targeting to find your sweet spot. If you prefer to target males only, females only, or males and females, we can do whatever choice you like. I can also target age groups, 25 and up, 35 and up, or 45 and up. Whatever you feel is your sweet spot as far as your demographic, your preferred demographic for your dealership. I'll do my best to work with you and try to target your specific sweet spot. Well, that is it. I hope that you will join us on May the 5th for our first podcast, our first Porsches for Sale podcast, and I invite you to submit some Porsches for sale. It is absolutely free. We have a number of free options for both still images and videos, and I'll take care of the rest. All you have to do is submit either an image or a short video with some details about the car, and I will take care of the rest. It's just that easy. It's completely free. If you prefer the paid premium options, that is certainly an option as well. That gets you in front of all the free ads for premium positioning, and you get more length as far as the duration of your video. And as I said, for the month of May only, if you participate in this during the month of May, instead of the normal 2 weekly editions that your ad would appear on the podcast for only $39, you're going to get 4 weekly editions. That's 4 insertions. That's less than $10 per insertion. That is a crazy bargain. It doesn't get better than that. So you can't lose whether you do the paid option or the free option. Either way is an incredible bargain. The premium option is very affordable, and it gets you at the very beginning of the podcast with all of the premium users. So that is it. I hope you will join us May 5th. And submit your ad early, because the earliest ads submitted will be the ones that appear first. The earliest paid premium ads will appear first at the beginning of the podcast, and the first people to submit free ads will appear first in the free section after the premium ads have run. So early is best. Early is how you get the best positioning. So I hope that you will decide right now to either submit a free ad or a paid ad. The earliest people to submit paid ads will appear at the beginning of the podcast, and the earliest people to submit free ads will appear at the beginning of the free section of the podcast. I thank you so much for viewing this video, and I look forward to having you on the podcast on Wednesday, May the 5th. Thanks. Have a great day. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to show you how to share your video file with me via either Google Drive or Dropbox. So let's start with Dropbox. I've got an Android phone, so that's all I really know. I'm assuming that Apple would be very similar. But on the Android phone, you're looking at your icons, like you see here, where I have circled in black. You want to click on Play Store. Once you're in the Play Store, you're looking for the search box at the upper part of the screen where I've circled in black. That is the search box. Type Dropbox in the search box, and Dropbox ought to drop down. Select that, and it'll look something like this. Now, I already have Dropbox on my phone, so my only option is to open it. You should have a colored button that gives you the option to install it. Click the button to install. Once it's installed, then you want to go back to your where your icons are for your programs and look for Gallery. I've got it circled here in black. Click Gallery. Once you're in the gallery, click on Camera. That is where your video files ought to be. Find the file. You see I've circled one there in black. Just select that. And once that opens, in the lower part of your screen where I've circled in white, there is a Share icon. Click that Share icon. Once that opens, you may have to scroll down a little bit, but you'll see where I have circled in black there, Add to Dropbox. Just click on that. At the top of the screen where I have circled in black, you'll see the name of the file. Or in the lower part of the screen, there's an Add button circled in black. Just click on that. Now this upload could take a while. It could be a large file. It could take anywhere from 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or more, depending on the size of the file. But once it has completed uploading, you will get a notification on your phone like you see here where it says the upload has completed. It'll show you the files that are loaded in your Dropbox. Find the file that you've just loaded that you're wanting to send to me. Click on it. The file will open. You'll see an image associated with the file, and where I've circled in black there at the lower right hand corner of the screen, click the share button, and you'll see where I have circled here, that's where you're going to type in my email address, and as you can see here circled in black, WKS virtual showroom at gmail.com. There's also going to be a space for an optional message, and I do want you to fill that in with your name as well as the year and model of the Porsche you're selling. You also will have filled that out on the form that we were in earlier. And do not send me an image without filling out a form. It's very confusing for me, and it'll probably end up with you not having your ad run. So you want to fill out the form, then send me the image, and I use your name and the year and model of your Porsche to put them together to get your ad going. So definitely type in that message with your name and the year and model of the Porsche. Click the blue share button, and off it goes. That's how you share on Dropbox. Okay, so to share on Google Drive, from your main screen, look for your icons for the gallery icon, that purple gallery icon that I've circled in black. Click on that. That'll take you to your gallery. You want to select camera that I've circled here in black. Once you're in camera, find the video file that you're wanting to send to me and tap on that. Once you've gotten to that screen, at the lower part of the screen, you will see the share icon circled in white. Click on that. That will take you to the next screen where you can see share to drive circled in black. Click on share to drive. Now once you get to the next screen, it shows my account there circled in black, but you're going to be looking for your account, which is your Gmail address. And you just click save. See the save button circled in black? Click on that. And this could take anywhere from 15 minutes, 30, 60 minutes. It could take a while to save this to your Google Drive account. But once it's uploaded, go to your main screen where your icons are and click on the Google folder circled here in black. Click on Google Drive, which I've circled here in black. Once you're in Google Drive, it'll show the files that you've uploaded that are ready for sharing. You'll see the three dots next to the image. I've circled them in black. You click on those dots. It'll bring down a menu like you see here. You want to click on Share, which I've circled in black. Now it takes you to the next screen where you're going to enter my email address, which is wksvirtualshowroom@gmail.com. You're also going to add a message. That message is going to be your name plus the year and model of the Porsche, and this is going to need to match the form that you filled out. And you need to fill out the form and send me the image. If you do one without the other, your ad probably won't run. I need to have both, the form filled out and I need to have your name and the model and year of the Porsche on the image that you're sharing. And that's it. That sends it to me, and it gets your ad rolling. Thank you so much. I wish you the best with that, and I look forward to having your ad on the podcast very soon. Have a great day.